Hi there folks, it's me again with another enthrallingly still video. I thought this time it would be worth a bit of Snappy Viper action. So usual sort of thing, 100 credits to the auto player, and let's see how it gets on.
Viper.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't expect another hold up there, would you? Richard P commented on the last video about super lineup giving priority to nudges if you have nudges and a cash win on the reels at the same time. This one doesn't do that. So even if you would have landed on unlimited nudges and there's a 20p win on the line, you're getting 20p on this one. You're getting unlimited nudges on super lineup. It's amazing how time flies. It's now over 2 years since I completed this one. You don't see that very often, do you? Is that £1.50? Lucky guess. You can see, unfortunately, there it did nudge through a win to get to that 70 pence. This is my favourite fruit machine, but it was the first program I wrote, and it does have a number of bugs or inconsistencies in it, which is very unfortunate. But when I did write this, I hadn't written anything for over 20 years, and I'd never used the sound card or the speech synthesizer, so it was very much a learning curve. And it is great fun to play. It's just occasionally it does that, and it does make me grimace a little bit, I have to say. must admit, I think that was a strange decision to collect 3 nudges. Doesn't want to give any tokens away, does it? I hope it remembers to collect that.
It's a shot off.
So what do you reckon? I've shamed it into giving some tokens away. Yeah, the autoplay makes some very strange decisions on the nudge ladder. I completely rewrote its decision making for super lineup and the rest. I think the rest are almost sensible. Sometimes I'm left scratching my head as to why it's collected when it has, or why it's gambled when it should have collected, but it was a long time ago now that I was writing the code for this. Deep in the middle of the first hard lockdown. I think it should collect that. It should definitely collect that.
It's a shot off.
Well, it's definitely out to prove me wrong after my token speech a couple of minutes ago, isn't it? Yeah, this is also the least generous program that I wrote, or I think it is. I think this pays out at 120%. So we should be looking at about 12 quid when it's all over. But it does swing around a lot. It could be 8, it could be 23. And as I wrote the other programs, I made them ever so slightly more generous each time to increase the play without you getting the feeling that you were winning all the time. More tokens. Oh yes.
It's a shot off.
I think it should collect that because it should be £1. That should be 150. Right, there it is, £12, and we've still got 50 credits to go. So I've got a feeling this will pay a little bit more than the 120%, which I'm actually quite glad about, because I've quoted the percentage in my last two videos, and they were both pretty well spot on. So I'll be glad to get one that's miles away. As you can hear, the sounds, particularly those lucky dip sounds, are a little bit more primitive than the equivalent on my lucky strike video, even though the sound should be the same. That's just increasing experience. That's what I'm going to put it down to. Oh yes, it's becoming more of a disaster now. We've had £1.50 now, and we've won 30p. Step 2 back, perhaps?
Senior legal.
One thing I can say is it's much better at this than I am.
It's off.
Now, that took 3 nudges, didn't it? So it should have gambled and tried to get up to unlimited, because it had the jackpot. It had £2 jackpot guaranteed, whatever happened. But like I said, the autoplayer does make some bizarre decisions, like that one. And note that time that it managed to avoid the 20p win while it was nudging the reels to give itself 10. So it can do it. It's just a little bit mysterious as to why sometimes it doesn't. I think I'd make a much better job of this if I were to write it now with the experience that I've had. I'm beginning to wish I hadn't said that, because someone's going to say, well, why don't you get on and do it then?
It's off.
174% now. We've only had 3/4 of our goes. I wonder if we'll get the first 200% video that I've ever posted. With the exception of Lucky Strike, of course.
It's off.
And that time it did nudge through a 20p win, whereas it should really just go on to an alternative way of getting 10. I remember mentioning to Chris when I was writing this that the auto nudge threw up some horrors, and I realised what I'd done wrong. Unfortunately, I was too deep in programming it at the time to change it, but I definitely know what I'd do now. Probably. When it gambles, it does seem to be very generous going up the nudge ladder, doesn't it? I don't remember intending it to be that generous, but it is quite a long time since I wrote any instructions for this particular program. Now let's see if it gets up to 5 nudges again. Oh, a 10p light. It does tread very carefully around the top bit. It doesn't like giving you anything, does it? Mind you, if this happened in the arcade, you'd be very happy with what it had given you, wouldn't you? It's not over yet, is it? Right, last 5 credits. I wonder if there'll be any more surprises. Hold now would be a surprise. So what does it say? £21.40 for a £10 stake. Yeah, you wouldn't argue with that, would you? I can with all of these programs. excuse me, bring down the percentage and make it 80 or 90, but you tend to get long periods of nothingness, which is why the lucky strike has got no holes barred when it comes to trying to cheat you. But yes, that was all right. I quite enjoyed watching that. It's a long time since I brought this program up. Yes, I'd like to thank Chris. It's his fault that this channel exists at all. All that kind encouragement and time that he gave me at the start and since. And I'd also like to thank anybody who watches this, comments, or does anything like that in general. It's very much appreciated, and I really do thank you indeed. No doubt there will be another enthralling offering fairly soon. Thank you again. Bye.